long before comfort became a goal, before motivation was something people waited for. There existed a discipline built on one belief: transformation comes through suffering. High in the mountains of ancient Japan, far from cities, armies, and recognition, men walked a path so severe that most people never completed it. No weapons, no applause, no reward, only endurance. This path was called Shugendō. Shugendō was not a religion meant to be preached. It was not a martial art meant to be shown. It was not a philosophy meant to be discussed. It was something to be lived. The practitioners were known as Yamabushi, which means those who lie in the mountains. They believed enlightenment could not be taught. It had to be earned through exhaustion, through isolation, through discipline that allowed no excuses. The mountain was their master. Pain was their instruction. The Yamabushi believed something most people fear to accept. The human mind is the greatest obstacle. Fear, ego, desire, comfort. These were not enemies to fight. They were illusions to be stripped away. So they did not train to become stronger than others. They trained to become stronger than the voice inside themselves that says, stop. Training did not begin gently. From the first day, the body was placed in discomfort. Food was limited. Sleep was short. Speech was restricted. They walked for days through steep mountains, often barefoot, carrying only what was necessary. Every step tested resolve. Every breath demanded control. Stopping was allowed. Quitting was easy. Continuing was the discipline. One of the most brutal practices was standing beneath freezing mountain waterfalls. Not for seconds, not for minutes, for long, silent stretches of time. The cold attacked immediately. Breathing became painful. Muscles screamed for escape. But the purpose was not to endure the cold. It was to remain calm within it. When resistance disappeared, suffering changed. Pain lost its authority. Silence replaced chaos. They also trained at night, alone, in unfamiliar terrain, with no light. The mountains were dangerous. Steep cliffs, wild animals, sudden storms. Fear was guaranteed, and fear was welcomed. The Yamabushi believed fear only had power when the mind reacted to it. So they walked directly into it, until fear became just another sensation. Every practitioner reached a moment when the body refused, when the mind begged to stop, when quitting felt necessary. This moment was expected. It was respected, because this was where discipline truly began. Those who stopped at discomfort remained ordinary. Those who continued past it experienced something rare. The voice that complained disappeared. What remained was presence. There were no ranks, no belts, no rewards. Completion brought no praise. If asked what they had achieved, many Yamabushi answered simply, nothing. That was the achievement. The ego had no place in the mountains. Villagers respected the Yamabushi, but often kept their distance. Not because they were violent, because they were unshakable. Hunger did not control them. Cold did not weaken them. Loneliness did not disturb them. They had already faced everything that breaks ordinary people, alone. Shugendō did not promise happiness. It promised clarity, not comfort control. The Yamabushi returned from the mountains, not as superhumans, but as humans who could not be ruled by fear, pain, or desire. Today, we avoid discomfort. We escape silence. We wait for motivation. They trained without it. Their discipline reminds us of something uncomfortable. Strength is built when no one is watching, when quitting is easy, and continuing is hard. Shugendō still exists today, but very few walk its full path, because the real question was never whether the training was possible. The question is, how much of yourself are you willing to leave behind? To become disciplined?